Hello and welcome to our sustainable journey. I'm Steve. Today we're just going to check in on the worms, see how they did with last week's feeding. It's been 3 days. I think it's the middle of the week, so it's probably been 3 or 4 days. And I want to show you how well they do with the diet that we give them. So we'll check each of the bins, and then I'll feed them again. But I just want to show you guys how well each of the bins does with what we fed them. So we will start with the CFTs. I think I fed that one first, actually. So you can see our plan worked, right? All the worms came to the top, chowing their way through the food. We'll turn the air off. Okay, so you see they've started to do some castings along the top. This is great. Let me grab a cultivator tool. I think we have some in here. There they are. We will go through and see how they did. So there's still a little bit of food scraps in there. Not very much. Yeah, just looking at this, I mean, that's it. The food scraps have now become castings. I mean, there's a little bit left. Even the paper has been pretty well chowed through. There's a few things that take forever to break down. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. Those are my nemesis because they take so long. Anytime I see them, I try and cut them into multiple pieces because it just takes the worm so long. So you can see they're trying right here on this potato. But it's gonna take them a while. But I mean, everything else in here is processed. It's done. It's gone. So in just a couple of days, they've eaten through, I don't know, 50, 100 pounds worth of food. And this is why we do what we do. So that's one side. That one. Let's check the other side. There you go. Onion. I put them in there. People get feisty about that for some reason, but it'll break down. I don't know what the big deal is. Worms will eat it. We can see things like corn cobs. They're trying. They're working on it. They'll get there. It's all right, guys. I believe in you. And these bags, they take a little bit longer. But you can see, like, this stuff is flower petal or flower stems, but pretty much everything else is broken down. It's all broken down. So big stuff, big hunks of things take a little bit longer. You know, certain things that are harder for them to get through. You know, sometimes we'll cut up the cobs. Rarely do we cut up the cobs because eventually it all breaks down, right? So what's the big rush? So let's see this one. All right. This one didn't have, I don't think I added paper to this one. Oh, maybe a little bit. But yeah, well, this stuff is molding over. That's not good. It just means it's gonna dry out a little bit in the bin. But all that's left are eggshells, which need to be broken down. Those take forever. And a potted plant, apparently, that was in a bin. And some oranges, because they can't get through the shell very easily. So we'll need to cut those up. But I usually wait. That is maybe a lemon. I think it's a lemon. Hard to tell at this point. But again, those husks shells. I don't know, whatever a lemon has. Take a little bit to break down, right? So on this side, they're doing great. I tossed this stuff in there, but they seem to enjoy the pizza boxes, which I thought were funny. What else do we have in here? Pineapple. I mean, everything, literally everything else has been broken down into castings. You know, apple core, that's going to take a little while. Whatever that was, maybe a tomato, maybe? I don't know. That doesn't look like a tomato, actually. I don't know what that is. Maybe a pepper. So what we'll do is we'll toss some more food on top, and then I'll put some paper in this one because this one needs a little bit of paper in it. Maybe I'll do paper and then food on top of that, but they're doing great. So those are the 2 CFTs that are in here, and then we've got these trays that are going to be going into the CFT. I'll probably do that this weekend. I'm not going to do it tonight. It's late. So you can see, I remember I fed on this side, and there's a little bit left. Some eggshells, a chicken bone. My goodness, they've really devoured everything. So they clearly need some more food. They've gone to the other side because they're like, where's the food? They're looking all over for it. All right, guys, I know. Get you fed. My goodness. So in this one, what do we got? Nothing. It's a husk. That's a husk. There's nothing left there. And eggshell. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a little bit of something left. Come on, guys, hurry up. But yeah. This one. Yeah. All gone. Everything is gone. Amazing. All right. Oh, there's a worm ball. That's my favorite. Lord, they've really gone through everything. Okay, these guys are hungry. So those are the 4 on this wall, and then I've got the 16 or so over on this side of the barn. So we've got these trays, which I like. Oh man, they really did. They ate everything. All gone. No, except for that. Whatever that is or was. I do not know what that is. That's a bone. I don't know. It'll take a little while. So the debate. So let's talk about the different types of bins that we use. So these are those, they're called cement mixing trays. These are one of the most common trays used in worm farming. A lot of people build some very cool setups using those. I have these. This was an old 2-tier system that I had. I converted it to just 1 tier for these purposes because I'm just trying to grow the population. But you could see, like, there's nothing left. So I like both of them, honestly. I use these ones because I have a ton of them, because I think I had 30 or 40 bins set up at one point in time. And I have these because I use them underneath the big CFTs. So I use both of them interchangeably. They both do really well for my purposes. And so I keep both of them on hand and use them both. I intermix them. Is there one better than the other? Not necessarily. Some people use restaurant bussing trays. I've seen that. 5-gallon buckets is another one. Anything that will keep the worms in and will allow you easy access for sifting the castings is fine. You don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money on this stuff. Get some old Rubbermaid tubs, like these old roughneck whatevers that I've had around, you know. I wouldn't recommend something like this because it's clear and the worms won't like that. You want something that's dark, because they're gonna, you know, something clear like that, they're gonna go towards the middle, which is fine, but then they won't get to the edges. Whereas stuff like these, you know, you'll be able to get them going. There's another worm ball. Get them going to all sides. They have, oh my gosh, they've eaten everything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to feed them tonight apparently. I didn't think they would go through everything. Worm ball, there you go. Oh, they're still going at it. Still. What did we go through last time? I think 10 or so buckets. But every single one of these, there's nothing left. There's no food in here from the last feeding. So I know what I'm doing for the rest of the night. I'm going to be feeding these guys. But I just want to show you, it's been just a couple of days, 3-4 days I think, and they have eaten all the food that we gave them. So we, you know, one of the big concerns is overfeeding, and we tell people not to do it. So basically you just need to do what I just did. Just do a quick check, make sure that they've gone through all of their food before you give them more food. You don't want to just keep giving them more and more and more and more food on top of old food, because it will cause issues with your bin. And you don't want to, you know, like people talk about protein poisoning and things like that, but overfeeding causes other issues as well. And it's really not healthy for the worms. So I don't recommend it. So just do a quick check, make sure that they're doing okay. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time. I mean, I just looked at what, 20 trays real quick, just to make sure that they've eaten everything that we have, and we'll give them a lot more. I think we go through, with our food scraps, on average we pick up between 400 and 500 pounds of food scraps a week, and these guys go through it pretty quick. So that's just because we have so many inputs. That's why we have so many worms, because we have all the food for them, and they go through it really, really, really well. So we're gonna work on feeding them. I'll set up the other CFT. We'll get a few more CFTs in here, and I'll show you that process in the coming weeks. And then I'll have to show you some of the cool stuff we got on the farm, like the tractor and some of the other equipment that we have here, and the other animals, because we have chickens. By the time this video is published, I will be coming back to the farm with a couple of pigs, and we also got a beehive this week, so we'll be setting that up as well and showing you that, along with the no-dig garden that we set up I think it was 3 weeks ago. We set up the no-dig garden, and that was with the help of the tractor. So, because we're able to move that kind of dirt, so that we could do a no-dig garden. So we just piled dirt on top of cardboard boxes. The cardboard boxes prevented the weeds from coming through. So it's kind of a neat little thing that we did, and we'll have a lot of veggies, because it's about probably a 1/4 acre garden, and we planted just about everything we could think of that we liked, to see what grows really well out here, and to see what, you know, new things that we might try and what we might like. So we'll be showing you that stuff as soon as it is ready, but it's been doing really well. So that'll be it for today. I will post another video once we have the pigs, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, depending on when we get everything set up with them and get them all situated and everything. That way you guys can see the final product and see how well they're adjusting to life here on the farm. So, all right, that'll be it. You guys take care. If you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you're new here, click the subscribe button. We have all kinds of fun stuff about the worms and life here on the farm and all the various animals that we have. And we'd love to have you stick around. If you have questions, leave a comment. I respond to just about everyone that I can. And my contact information is in the description. All right, we'll see y'all later. wheat field. Oh, there they go. Oh, there were 3. I didn't even see the third one. Oh, see, there's one right over there. And there's 2 right there. Not the wheat field. This is what field is this? Beans. Beans. Hear them grunting. They're angry that I'm bothering them while they're eating the beans. As I'm sitting here, another one comes up. Maybe he'll come to me. Maybe not.